Good evening, my name is Garrett, and welcome to The Last Call. Tonight's final drink is High West Campfire. Now, in more recent times, I have fallen in love with smoky scotches. Originally, I was never a big fan of them, and I guess I just didn't find the one that kind of opened the door for me to realize maybe I do like this. And High West was a more recent grab for me, and I fell in love with it. And there's a whole story on how High West Campfire came out, and it's on the back of the bottle. I definitely recommend just taking a few minutes to read that, and I won't butcher the story with my short abbreviations for it. But it is a very interesting option that we don't really see a lot of, and that's because High West really doesn't do a lot of their own distilling. They source a lot of their stuff, which there's nothing wrong with that, and then they blend it from there. So High West Campfire specifically has a 6-year-old bourbon, a 5.5-year-old rye, and an 8-year-old peated scotch in here. And that's the interesting part, mainly because we don't see two American whiskeys mixing up with a scotch like that. So very interesting idea, and honestly, coming in at a 46% ABV, this is not a slouch. I actually fell in love with this one the moment I tasted it. So, first of all, let's look at that bottle. Like, that screams Western. The bottle is got some imperfections in it. It's got a bit of texture here, kind of like imperfected bottle, that you can kind of feel some ridges, and all the little bubbles in here. It just screams something out from the from High West, and not only that, but something from that area in the United States. Of course, we got Park City, Utah in the back here, and yeah, just beautiful looking bottle. Now, as always, we're going to be trying this 2 different ways. We're going to be going neat, meaning no ice, no water, and then next we'll add a little bit of water in there to see if anything changes up. Look at that color. That is a gorgeous, gorgeous color. Oh. Golden, almost hay-like. Just a beautiful gold color on there. All right, let's go for nose. So the nose, it's something I could smell all night. You get this bit of sweetness in there, almost berry sweetness. Not like a strawberry, but there's some kind of berry there that I get. Because it's not like an apple, again, it's not like an apple, or you get a little bit of the alcohol note is not very present at all. A little sweetness, like a honey sweetness. It's got kind of a worn leather going on. The smoke, and that's probably the interesting thing about this one, is that the smoke itself is there on the nose, but you get all these other beautiful flavors first. And then it's kind of followed up with just the beginning of a campfire. Like, as soon as you put down the logs, you get that first one lit, that poof of smoke that comes out of it. It's light, it's airy, but you still know that smoke smell. And you get rye in there too. You get that medicinal herbal rye, which I have yet to find a rye that I can sit down. I've only had a couple, and it's one of those areas that I'm trying to get into to get more acclimated to those flavors, to pull them out a little bit more. But that rye herbal note is there, and it's just gorgeous. It's just there, like in the middle of it all. Like, you got this invoking light smoke going on around it. You got this big core of like some kind of fruitiness going on with that herbal around it. It's just the perfect sphere of smells. Okay, let's go for taste. Yeah, that's just gorgeous. So right away, you know this is a rye. You get that invoking herbal medicinal rye, but it's not that strong of a rye, but you know it's rye. the smoke just coats your mouth, but not heavy like a Lagavulin or something like that. More lighter smoke. And again, I kind of attest that to the campfire just being lit. So you get that nice light smoke going on. It's a little dry, but you get this, I'm going to say it's like almost like a blueberry, like a freshly picked blueberry that's just ready to be picked. You get that little bit of blueberry in there. But it's not like a piece of blueberry cake or pie or something, but it's just a little tad of blueberry in there. Leatheriness, it's got some leather notes going on there. I'm going to assume that's probably from the bourbon itself. A little oaky going on. Not a lot of barrel notes on that. Very light alcohol on the taste. It's rounded out so well. But that smokiness is just lovely. This would be, just this taste right now, I would put this on like a great introduction to smoky whiskeys. Because yeah, if I pulled out the Lagavulin 11, which if you haven't seen that review, you can click on the link up here. This is smoky. This is meaty. This is intense. This will be more in the wheelhouse for a lot of people for the American side of whiskeys and that bourbon and rye. But you still get that smokiness because we don't get a lot of that here in the States. There's some outliers in there, and there always will be. But this is just an easy sipping option for people. Yeah. Oh, that rye in there. Again, I need to get into more ryes, and it's my goal to start getting a little bit more into them. Okay, we're going to be trying some with a bit of water here. Okay. Just a few drops, as always, nothing too crazy. Well, there we go. Just a couple. Now, I talked about last episode or one of the episodes ago, is I usually don't try the water until I'm recording with you guys, just to get a more interesting perspective on things. That sweetness is coming out a lot more. So you still get a bit of that smoky on the neat pour. But now I'm getting almost the sweetness. This is like, I'm not going to say orchard, but boy, that sweetness is coming out. It's a honey sweetness as well. You get honey sweetness. Oh, that is like, I don't know. My brain goes to graham cracker as well. I don't know why. There's a graham cracker note in this. I get a dusty graham cracker, like the graham cracker like powder on the nose. That's interesting as hell. The smoke doesn't go away. It's not quite as invoking as the neat pour, but that smoke flavor is still there. Oh, the graham cracker shows up on the taste too. Oh, that's fun. Honey sweetness, leathery. Not quite as dry. What else is that taste? There's a note in there I'm trying to pick up. It's toffee. Toffee, or like a buttery, it's a buttery toffiness to it. like a buttery caramel. It's got a buttery note to it. Oh, that's so good. It's like if you took graham cracker and you had your graham cracker crunched up and you drizzled some of that, like a buttery caramel with it, or had some kind of dip for graham crackers. Like, I'm getting this dusty graham cracker note in there, and it's gorgeous. I love it. Wow. I'm just floored. Again, I don't do the water tasting until I get with you guys because I want these reactions. Wow, that's so good. So, there we have it. High West Campfire. Now, when it comes to market price, we all know market price varies. I found this bottle for $69. I usually can see it on sale for $66. So I paid a $3 more than what I've seen in some locations. Though it's not super common in my area. I've seen it only on the shelf a few areas. And like our Total Wine doesn't carry it. When I say our Total, I'm like almost 2 hours away from a Total Wine. But it's not super common for me to be able to find it. And I'm so happy that I got to try it. I read some places saying that this was actually pulled off the shelves in a few areas. They're kind of pulling back on their distribution. I don't know how true that was or how old that article would have been to today. But this is a beautiful buy. If you're into American whiskeys and you're wanting to get a good stepping stone into smoky, this is it. So there we have it. High West Campfire. Beautiful buy in my book. 100% thumbs up. If you have any questions about High West Campfire, please say something down below. I'll do my best to answer it. If you have any specific spirits you'd like me to review or interested in the channel, please check out the links down below. Drop me a comment. Tell me what I should take a look at. I'm always on the hunt for new and exciting flavors. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.